Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It is me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid. I promise I'll do these shows earlier, and I will continue to do so, and I will be persistent in doing so. So let's see if anybody's in the chat right now. It's me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid. I promise I'll do these shows earlier, and I will continue to do so, and I will be persistent in doing so. So let's see if anybody's in the chat right now. Yeah, not yet. So we'll see. Some people are coming in slowly, so that's a good thing. So I want to talk about something first. Okay, let's talk about this potential Deontay Wilder and the uh, Tyson Fury matchup. So I saw the interview with I listened to the interview on 78 Sports TV's channel, and it looks like if the fight is about official. But the only stipulation is that Tyson Fury must get past Francisco Pianeta, and that fight's coming up in the next couple of weeks on the Windsor Park card. That's on August 18th, so that's about a couple weeks away. It depends how good Fury looks in that fight, and if he looks great and he's which, excuse me about that, guys. If he is victorious and he looks great, then the fight will be officially signed for December 2018. It'll be set to go. It'll be in Vegas. Thank you. It'll be in Vegas, and it will be from my understanding, it will be a pay-per-view fight if it all is true on Showtime. So that would be very interesting. And the fact is that I definitely can't wait, and I'll definitely be buying that pay-per-view. All right. No question about it. But it does have to have a stack undercard. So if that's the case, then hopefully we can get well, Garcia and Porter's they've already got a date, but if somehow, some way they could push that fight back to be on the undercard, that would be a good idea. Why not? But it definitely is going to have a good undercard. Maybe you should have a heavyweight card rather than just a card with all the with the lower weight names, whatnot. So I know Mr. Boxer today. Shout out to Mr. Boxer today. He suggested that. So I think that's a good idea. You can have the heavyweights on the undercard. You can have Luis Ortiz fighting on the undercard. All right, what's up, Ahmed? Yeah, I'll send you a link, brother. Give me a few minutes. Then you can have Dillian White if he wants to fight on the undercard. I don't think Eddie Hearn's going to want to go for that because he wants to promote that card, and of course he wants that fight to be on the zone if that's the case. Because here's the thing: if this fight is going to be officially made and they sign off on it, don't think for a second that Eddie Hearn is not going to try to bid for that fight, because he will go after it, even though he'll be bitter in some ways that he can't get his guy Anthony Joshua to sign on to that fight, because he and Joshua wanted that Tyson Fury fight for a long while now. Now, even though he'll be upset in some ways that Wilder and Fury is going to fight, it won't stop him from trying to bid for it and put it on the zone. Let's not get it twisted, because it's good business, right? He will bid for it. Now, if he does somehow outbid the other networks for it, all power to him. But I don't, we'll see what happens if it gets to that point. What's up, Chris? I'm doing good, man. As far as Frank Warren, I know people are speculating right now that excuse me, that Tyson Fury somehow is trying to cash out with this fight with Wilder. And Frank Warren actually shot that notion down. He said, hell no, that's not a cash out fight. First things first, the deal that I have with Fury is a pretty long-term deal. If he feels he's ready to fight Wilder, why not? I'm going to put him in there. I'm not going to stop my guy for fighting a guy that he feels he's not ready for. So that's if Tyson feels he's ready for the Wilder fight, go for it. We'll take it. So that's the reason why Warren is and Fury's going to take the fight. I know. Here's the thing. I said my piece yesterday about this whole thing. I felt that Tyson Fury should at least get another tune-up fight after the Pianeta fight. But if he feels he's ready after the Pianeta fight, then all means, go for it. All right. I know there's some channels out there like the Taiwan Clown who made another video about me, and I'm going to get on him in a second before I bring Ahmed on. All right. Now, he and others are going after Wilder for cherry picking this fight. This is a cherry pick fight. Okay, fair enough. But he wants to talk about me being consistent. Where's the consistency when he did not? Where's the video about Anthony Joshua trying to cherry pick that fight? Huh? Why isn't him and anyone else criticizing Anthony Joshua for trying to fight Tyson Fury? Where's the criticism of Tony Bellew trying to get that fight? Because I heard Tony Bellew's a bit bitter now about the fact that fight's been made. So, okay, if Wilder decides to get the Fury fight and Fury goes for it and he confirms it, then why is everyone mad at Wilder for going after the fight? I mean, isn't that what AJ and Tony Bellew is doing? Why is it different from how they're pursuing the Fury fight opposed to Wilder? I don't get it. I really don't get it. So you can't say that Wilder. I mean, if you want to say Wilder's cherry picking, by all means, but you gotta have that same criticism for AJ and for Bellew because they were doing the same thing. They were both going after that Fury fight. So you can't criticize Wilder for doing the same thing that those guys were doing. Plain and simple. Be consistent, Mr. Newton and others. So let's be realistic. Ahmed says there's no cherry picking, but I agree Fury's not ready until April for AJ Wilder, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that statement, Ahmed. I mean, it's noble for him to take this fight in December. If he feels he's ready, then all means. But to me, I just don't think he's ready for that fight. But still a good win on Wilder's resume either way it goes because he did beat the lineal champion. He would be perceived as the man, quote unquote. But as far as him being the top guy over Joshua, that's a different debate. I still think he'll fall short on that, in my opinion. I'll explain, but we'll go from there. Roskla says, look, Fury's in top shape. Will not lose to either AJ or Wilder if he's in top shape. We don't know, man. We don't know, but styles make fights. I would agree with that statement, Roskla, if we got the Tyson Fury of the old when he fought Klitschko and the Fury who fought Kevin Johnson and Derek Chisora. I would agree with you on that one. But the fact is that, yeah, he's been out of the ring for 3 years. He's abused his body with illegal drug substance, whatnot, and he's blown up in weight. So it takes a toll on a fighter. It really does. It takes their prime away. Hamed says, Joe Host, what's going on, Joe Host? He said, cherry picking, what? Yeah, that's what some of these guys and these clowns are saying that Wilder is doing. But yet they never made a video about or criticizing AJ or Tony Bellew for doing the same fucking thing, pursuing a Fury fight. I don't understand why is Wilder getting all the flack for this. I really don't. I don't get it. You know. Let me see. Hamed says that he needs at least 2 more fights: Pianetta and Bellew, or White or Chisora. Well, you know what, Pianetta, yes, and then maybe a Chisora fight. I'm not sure if Derek Chisora will want a 3rd fight. Dillian White, why not? But that's still a very tough fight either way. But here's a way people look at it, Hamed. People are going to say, well, if you're going to fight Dillian White, then why not Deontay Wilder? Because Dillian White is just in the prime condition as Wilder is. So that's a fair argument. So, yeah. Roscoe says, yeah, 3 years. Nah, that does seem a little bit long, but yeah, he's done. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's see. Fury's not ready for Wilder, but he's definitely ready for guys like Miller. Yeah. I mean, that would be okay. I think why not take a Miller fight? But again, it goes back to the point. If you're gonna fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller on your 3rd fight, why not Wilder? Because he's just in his prime condition as Wilder. I'm not saying Miller is good as Wilder, but he's just as dangerous. White is a problem for any heavyweight. Yeah, I agree, Ross Clark. Good point right there. Joho says, I understand the ring rust, but Fury is a former champion. Well, he is a lineal champion, by the way, currently, and he's got plenty of time to train for the Wilder fight. Yeah, he does. He has about 4 months, 120 days from now. So after the Pianetta fight, so he has about under 120 days. So that's a good point, Jahos. Good point. I mean, he could perhaps do it. This is the heavyweight division. Anything can happen, you know. So we'll see. But again, let me address this guy right here because he made a couple of points there about the Usyk thing because he seems like he doesn't want to let this Usyk thing go. I don't understand if he understands simple logic or, I mean, it baffles me why this guy's even an educator. I said Alexander Usyk is going to be pound for pound #1 if he beats Gasliev in the cruiserweight tournament. I stuck to my word and I did. But he says that, oh, no, you didn't say that completely. I don't understand. He gets logic. I named my pound for pound list on my hangout yesterday. I got Usyk #1. I have Crawford #2. I have Mikey Garcia #3, and Lomachenko right behind him. And it seems like that's not good enough for that racist clown over there. He wants to talk about me being consistent. That I will give you credit if you say this, that, and the third. I don't need your fucking approval. All right, doofus. Okay. If you want to come after me for not being consistent, which I have been consistent, then look yourself in the mirror. Don't go out making videos criticizing people like Deontay Wilder pursuing a Fury fight while you didn't do that for AJ and Tony Bellew. Plain and simple. All right, so be consistent and be fair. If you're going to criticize Wilder, then you got to criticize Bellew and AJ for pursuing the Fury fight, okay? But before I get Hamed on, I want to go ahead and chop this video up real quickly. I'll play snippets of this guy's inconsistency, Sean Newton. Percy Bedford, what's going on, Percy? Long time no hear, man. He says here that I thought Joshua wasn't looking for a Fury fight right now because he wanted to get him into better shape. Here's the thing. They all want Fury once he comes back in better shape. I don't fault Joshua for pursuing a Fury fight if he gets in better shape. Okay, I get it. But the one thing he would have got a flack for if he would challenge Tyson Fury right then and now, especially if he was coming off a 3-year layoff and, you know, he wanted him right there and then. Yeah, that right there, Joshua would have gotten flack for. But to be all fairness, though, Tyson Fury was talking a lot of shit during his hiatus while he blew up a weight about Anthony Joshua, and Joshua didn't take that kindly. So I can understand Joshua's position of trying to get that fight right away. But then again, fighting him not at his best, it doesn't really make Joshua look good, nor does Wilder. But Tyson Fury does have 2 tune-up fights under his belt right now. So, again, this is not a foregone conclusion with the Francisco Piñaneta fight. But either way, he's got his 2 tune-ups in. He's got enough time to prepare for the Wilder fight that's going to go down in December. So that's a fair argument named by Joe Host right there. What's up, my brother? It's all good. Just working a lot. Keep doing your thing. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, but man, let me play this video about this idiot Newton that I'm going to get you on, all right? Because he made this video about me. I'm going to address it real quick. Dan, Usyk is #1. Salute. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to play it.
Right. You see my point?
Welcome back.
It's funny how some people don't like being held accountable for their mistakes.
Really? It's funny you say that, Sean, because I would like for you to be held accountable for the House Negro comments. You never want to be held accountable for that. You didn't want to be held accountable for that idiotic Harry Tubman comment. So I'm waiting for you to get on my hangout. You're on block, by the way, to come on here and be a man and address that House Negro comments about the LDBC. Explain to me, what does a House Negro mean to you? Come on here and be a man and do it. All right? So if you want to talk about accountability, don't be a hypocrite, Sean. Explain the House Negro comment.
And they love to twist and turn reality into something that it's not.
That's what you do with fighters that you don't like when you nitpick their resumes. But again, why are you sniffing, Sean? Are you okay?
Dan, in a conversation we had months ago,
really?
Talked about how he was going to have Usyk pound for pound #1.
I did.
But Crawford,
in fact, ask Rosclott. Rosclott was on my hangout yesterday. He even heard me say that Usyk is #1 pound. Usyk is #1 pound for pound. He heard me say it. So what's the problem? I said it before, and I said it now. Your problem is I didn't say it on one of my other hangouts, which I forgot to say he's pound for pound #1. So where are you going with this, Sean? What are you trying to prove here? I've said it many times. I don't know how else I'm going to tell you this, but it seems to me that when you're getting close to 60, your comprehension seems to decline. It baffles me that you're still an educator. But let's continue.
#1, just he was going to put Indongo pound for pound
Yep.
#1, based on them being undisputed.
Right, and I'm being consistent.
For me, that's one criteria. I mean, obviously, you're going to give a guy tons of props for being undisputed, obviously. And I have Crawford tied with Lomachenko on my #1 pound for pound list. And there's a video I made showing that. But in saying that, that's only one aspect. You also need to look at who they fought.
Right.
It's great to accumulate 4 titles from one.
Yeah, that's funny when he says who they fought. But yeah, here he is going around complaining about Triple G's resume is just as equivalent or better as Marvin Hagler and Bernard Hopkins during their middleweight runs, okay? As many times as I explained to you, Sean, is that Triple G does not have the wins on his resume like Hagler and Hopkins does. That is a fact. He doesn't have the wins, nor the fact that he's only won one title of the ring compared to the fact they've won all their belts in the ring. That is a fact. It's not hate, but he can't comprehend that. So there you get. Good job of contradicting yourself by that statement, Sean. I wish you follow that. Real talk. So whenever I go after Triple G's resume by that logic, you have a problem. Same could go for Lomachenko, but let's continue.
Obviously, not an easy thing to do with the promotional issues and different platforms, situations, and very political in boxing. Right? That's why it's not that boxers don't want it to happen. It's because of all the politics with sanctioning bodies, promoters.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Get to the point.
Networks, right? And that get in the way.
Get to the point, Sean.
Protect their investment, right? And most
Dude, are you okay? Why do you keep switching, man? What's wrong with you?
So, I'm always trying to praise a guy like Crawford or anyone else that's able to do that. That's why we push it for it. Right? Why some of us are disappointed Mikey Garcia is planning to go to 147 fights against him.
Why not?
Stay at 135.
Why not? Why not? I mean, Mikey Garcia is challenging himself. Why not? Okay. Are you upset because he's not challenging Lomachenko? I mean, don't be have a double standard here, because it was Lomachenko's team who came out the day after the Linares fight saying that they're not going to make that Mikey Garcia fight anytime soon. They said it themselves. Bob Maris came out and said it. So where's your consistency, Sean?
To potentially fight Lomachenko for undisputed lightweight champion, right? Which would put them right in the conversation.
Well, that's not a foregone conclusion, because Lomachenko is not a unified champion yet, bruh. Mikey Garcia is. Lomachenko's got to fight Ramon Beltran for the WBO title. So you can't make that a foregone. That's not a foregone conclusion yet. So that's just a hypothetical at the moment. But let's continue.
With all-time greats like fucking from Jerome, I mean, it would be a great accomplishment. But it's also great because the level of fighter they're fighting to do it. Right? Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko from undisputed lightweight is fucking unreal. Very similar to a Usyk against Cassius. Also unreal.
I won't say it's unreal, but it's unique.
With Crawford, one of the problems was people he needed to get those titles. Bongo was a nobody. Polstyle was a very good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Yep.
But he's also a guy that at that time wasn't really well known. He came off of one big victory.
Let me see. Lomachenko beat Gary Russell. Great for a vacant WBO title in the second and third fight, I believe, after he got beat by Orlando Salido. Okay. Now, Gary Russell Jr. is a good fighter, absolutely. But is he that elite? I mean, is his resume that spectacular? No, it isn't. Okay, his best win is against a overhill or totally shot Johnny Gonzalez. Yes, the same Johnny Gonzalez that knocked out Mamaris. Great. Still a good win for Gary Russell. But okay, fair enough. But at least Gary, at least Ndongo did something that Gary Russell didn't do. He went to two men's backyard as an underdog, unknown, and captured the world titles. Did it twice. All right. Something that's very, very unprecedented. All right. Okay. Then when Lomachenko beat Gary Russell, who did he defend his featherweight title against? A bunch of nobodies. And then what happened after that? He moved up in weight, super featherweight, took on guys who are big layouts such as Nicholas Walters, a fight that should have happened at featherweight. So again, Sean, be consistent. If you're gonna go after Crawford for fighting weak opposition during his run at light welterweight, which is not his fault, he did what he had to do. Great, kind of like Golovkin, same thing. He went after weak opposition during his run as a middleweight, not his fault. But you don't hold Golovkin accountable for what like you're doing Crawford. So again, the consistency, Sean. Where's your consistency? Same thing with Lomachenko. He didn't fight everybody at featherweight when he was WBO champion. He didn't fight everybody when he was a super featherweight champion. He moved up in weight. So let's be consistent.
Have a chance to get another fight in to really build that fight up as big as it could. And that showed in the pay-per-view numbers, which were very disappointing.
It's funny, though, because, you go after Mikey Garcia for chasing Lomachenko, right? I mean, for chasing Errol Spence. I mean, why isn't Lomachenko trying to chase? Why is he not trying to budge with Pacquiao? Why can't he just go up to 147 and beat Pacquiao? That should be an easy fight for him, right? Why doesn't he do that? But he wants Pacquiao to come down to 135. Very interesting.
Crawford's fault. He stepped up to fight a very difficult, hard opponent to unify titles, and I proved for that a fight that actually in his career was the fight I thought would be the most difficult one for him.
Yep, it made it look easy.
Great performance. One that he got quite a bit of criticism for because he didn't engage as much as people hoped he would.
Right. What up, Wing King? What up, AA Boxing and Blunts?
Great is that he can adjust depending on the opponent he's fighting and the style that they're bringing, which is why I favor him over Spence, who isn't that kind of fighter. He's a much more one-dimensional fighter who has his plan,
right.
his attack.
Get to your point, Sean. Let's get to Usyk. Come on. Come on.
How is he going to respond, right? Maybe he could respond. That's what we're going to find out when he steps up to fight elite level opponents. But at this point, we don't know. But with regards to Dan, obviously
Thank you.
He made a video that I commented on because he didn't say
I did say it.
Was after the big win.
Again, Sean, you need a hearing aid because I said it many times. I said it, and Ross Clark, again, shout out to you, Ross Clark. Ross Clark could come on your channel and tell you that. I did say it. I said it in my previous videos, and I said it in my hangout yesterday. He is pound for pound number one. I gave my list, Sean. Can you comprehend? What's wrong with you? Seriously. I mean, you're really getting up in age, man. That your comprehension skills is really declining. It's that simple. He is number one. Number two right now is Terence Crawford. Number three is Mikey Garcia, which you probably have a problem with me putting him over Lomachenko, which we'll get to in a minute, but I'll get Hamed on.
I mean, he praised Usyk for the victory, but he didn't make a video pronouncing Usyk as pound for pound number one.
Why should I? Why should I make a video pronouncing Usyk pound for pound number one? I said he's pound for pound number one. He's pound for pound number one. What else do you want? Oh my fucking goodness, this man is unbelievable, man. You know what's funny though? I have to put this parallels in. This man earlier says that it's hard to get to get people hold them accountable for the things they say. It's like when he said that Triple G is the number one fighter in the world. He's ultimately denied that he's ever said that, and I posted a comment right in front of him that he actually did say that, and he still wants to deny it. Just like when he denied when he said that he never said that Chris Eubank was going to beat Billy Joe Saunders. All right, he got called out on that again, on that too. So it's like he keeps denying comments that he gets caught on saying. He gets caught on saying shit that he claims he never said, and then when you present the evidence that he did say certain things, he still denies it. You see where I'm going with this? It's unbelievable. Let's continue.
He never said he was pound for pound number one.
I did.
Listen to his excuse.
What excuse? Come on, play.
People are saying Carl Froch is a jealous guy. He never, he's always been trying to find a way to underage his success. Maybe. But we also do know that Carl Froch is a very blunt guy. So he's going to say what's on his mind. What else? Alexander Usyk. I know some that racist troll over there in Taiwan. They made a video last
Yeah, he doesn't deny it. Yeah, he gave me the middle finger because I call him a racist troll. He's mad because he's got the racist troll stigma, which is true. You are racist, man, so don't get upset.
me talking about, well, what about Usyk pound for pound number one? Did you say your name pound for pound number one? Well, if you actually listen to my video, I did say that Usyk did something that Lomachenko didn't do, right? So how exactly is that claiming that he is pound for pound number one?
He is.
Just because you're saying Usyk did something Lomachenko didn't do.
He did.
That can be perceived, as I said in that video, as just you hating on Lomachenko.
Okay, so this is where he falls short. So this is why he'll do bad in debates, and this is the reason why he won't debate me and Hamed or the Ring IQ. Okay, because here's the thing: he confused the word hate with critique or the constructive criticism. Alexander Usyk did do something that Lomachenko has yet to do. He's unified division, yes, undisputed champion. He's become a lineal champion, and he's cleaned out his division. Alexander Usyk did that far faster than Lomachenko's ever done. He did do that, okay? Yeah, Lomachenko won a world title faster than Usyk, but the fact is Usyk became a unified champion a lot faster than Lomachenko. Lomachenko has yet to become a unified champion. That is fact, not hate, Sean. And because of that, Alexander Usyk does definitely deserve to be ranked higher than Lomachenko. He does. Okay? So apparently he's probably upset because I got Usyk over Lomachenko. You see where I'm going with this? It's simple logic. It's not hate. It's honest critique and it's constructive criticism. That's me being honest about the fighters' accomplishments and their records. That's not hate. It's fact.
The person you have pound for pound number one is Terrence Crawford.
No, I don't. You liar. You liar. See, he's not listening, okay? I'll tell you, this is where this is where the comprehension comes in. If you go back to my prior hangouts recently, I have Vasily Lomachenko pound for pound number one. Ross Clark can attest to that. He heard me say that. I have Vasily Lomachenko pound for pound number one after he beat Jorge Linares. Ross Clark heard me say that. Back guys, he's heard me say that. A lot of people heard me say that. Some people disagree with me for doing that. I did that because Lomachenko beat the number one guy. He became the ring man champion and the WBA champion. He won his third title in his third weight class in less than a few fights. That's what I did. I give credit when credit is due, even fighters I don't like. I did do that. Look at my videos. I did a video upload on that, Sean. You're a liar. You're not listening to me. So let's continue.
You think Usyk potentially would be ranked above Lomachenko? That does not indicate that you think he ranks above Terrence Crawford.
I did rank Usyk above Terrence Crawford and Lomachenko. Why aren't you listening, Sean? I did. Look at my finish my, listen to my hangout.
You need to specifically say he is your pound for pound number one.
I need to specifically say he's pound for pound number one. You know how stupid that sounds? All right, let's move on. I'm not going to make this long because Ahmed's going to need to come on. I'll make this a few more minutes. I'm going to wrap this up with you.
And doing that, then I will hold you to being consistent.
Well, as Joe Hosa says, one thing I do is that I do give credit where credit is due and criticism where criticism is required. I've always done that on my channel, Sean. I've always done it. I don't need your fucking I don't need your sign of approval to who I could criticize a fight, what fighter that I could criticize and what fighter that I could praise. All right, plain and simple. I credit Usyk and rightfully so. So you need to back up. So again, if you want to play this little game about holding you accountable to your words, come on to my channel and explain to me why the LDBC are house Negroes. Tell me why. Back it up and be a man and come on my channel and show up. Me and you one-on-one. And don't be scared.
And there you go. I mean, that's you being consistent and actually
I am consistent.
praising you for doing something.
I don't need you to praise me.
But
You're a racist clown.
in this one, you still bring Crawford into the equation.
Yeah, how about you give Lara credit for being in one of the Fight of the Year candidates, right? Why didn't you do that? Huh? I know that's a little bit off topic, but since he wants to talk about me giving credit where credit is due, why don't you want to give Arizona Lara credit for fighting Jared Hurd, being one of the best fights of the year? You haven't even made a video about that, huh? I'm still waiting on that, Sean. Be consistent.
So when I said that was an indication that he is pound for pound number one, okay? It's an indication. So, like, you call me an idiot because
You are.
don't fucking specifically say directly that he is pound for pound number one.
I have to say it directly. How direct do you want me to be? I've said it many times. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm telling you, his comprehension is declining. I guess it's all that drinking. I don't know, man. All that, you gotta stay off that alcohol, man. But anyways, Khalif Moffitt, what's up, man? He said the fight of the year, in my opinion, is Wilder versus Ortiz. Hey, you know what, Khalif? Is actually one of the best fights of this year. No question about it. But I'll be fair, though, as much as I am a Deontay Wilder fan, I think Hurd and Lara is actually the better fight, in my opinion. Stevenson and Jack, probably up there with Wilder and Ortiz, but we'll see. It could be a little bit better, but there's a lot of great fights we've had so far. So let's continue.
You indicated that potentially, possibly, he was maybe number one. How is that the same thing?
It is the same thing, stupid.
You can't call somebody an idiot for calling you out on something you've said you would do.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot because this is a man who didn't know who Sugar Ray Robinson is. All right. Okay, let's continue.
Announce it. You didn't state it. I didn't say that. All right. Usyk became an undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world and essentially cleaned out the division. Something that Lomachenko
Yeah. Hold on, man. I'm gonna go through one more comment, then I'm gonna get you on, brother. Let's talk about boxing.
Just stating a fact. You said you would put the winner as pound for pound number one.
And I did.
I was looking for your clarification.
I did. Here's the thing about between you and me, Sean, as Ross Clyde has says, and I mention Ross Clyde's name a lot, is that we both put fighters rank when we want to rank them, but we're not fanboys like you are. You're a European fanboy. Let's be realistic. You are. Okay, so you can't call out people for being fanboys and not being objective while you don't do the same thing for fighters that you don't like. Let's be real.
Now you have. Good. But this is not about Lomachenko. Lomachenko still has 3 less fights than Usyk, so potentially he could do exactly what Usyk did in the same amount of fights. Right? So, he's already done more than Usyk in that he's won 3 different weight divisions.
No, he hasn't done more than Usyk, you dummy. First of all, yeah, he's won 3 titles, but guess what? Alexander Usyk has won 4 titles in 1 weight classes. In 1 weight class. He won 4 belts. He's become a lineal champion and a ring champion. He's done that more than Lomachenko, all right? He cleaned out his division. He has done more than Vasily Lomachenko. I mean, if you can't get that, then I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. First of all, he's a cruiserweight. The only thing he could do is go up 1 more weight class and win some belts up there, and that's at heavyweight. And he could do that. Plain and simple. But so far, he has done more than Lomachenko has done. He has. He's won more belts. Again, I'll repeat myself. He's won more belts than he has. He's cleaned out his division. And the fact is, and I think, and the fact is he's a lineal champion. Plain and simple. He's done it. Let's continue.
Something Usyk hasn't done. So there's pros and cons with regards to both of their careers. But we do notice they're both.
Oh yeah, by the way, Lomachenko has a loss on his record. Usyk is undefeated. Let's continue.
Members of a great Olympic team who have both basically solidified.
Come on, son, stop twitching, man. What's wrong with you, man?
So, props to those guys. Obviously, their teammate has a big fight against Stevenson, where obviously he's not going to become pound for pound by beating Stevenson, but he's definitely going to be in the conversation as one of the best light heavyweights in the world. If he's able to follow that up with a unification fight against a Klitschko or a Bivol, then potentially he too could be a pound for pound fighter, which would be fucking unreal. You have to go back to like the 1984 U.S. Olympic team of guys like Breland, Taylor.
Can you get to the point, Sean? Come on, get to the point.
And I missed one. Now Whitaker. But when you actually could have found potentially 3 pound guys from one Olympic team on one list, so that would be pretty impressive. You notice he always needs to turn a negative to things. It's always negative.
Always negative. Okay, so when I say that Alexander Usyk doesn't have Hall of Fame wins, how's that a negative? That's a fact. He doesn't have it. Now, I did say this, though. He is a better cruiserweight than David Haye. But to me, again, Evander Holyfield, he falls short because he doesn't have the Hall of Fame wins, nor he has the lineal championship win over. He hasn't beaten the lineal champion, I should say. Okay? That is fact. Evander Holyfield's beaten more champions at cruiserweight than Alexander Usyk. That is a fact. How is that negative, Sean?
Racist, troll.
You are.
He'll refer to that again later, so I will play that as we move forward. But go. Evander Holyfield still gets the higher ranking as the greatest cruiserweight over Alexander Usyk because Usyk does not have the Hall of Fame wins. Yeah, I addressed that because that is a stupid thing to say when you and I and everybody that watches boxing realizes that it is impossible for Usyk to have a Hall of Fame win.
No, you idiot. First things first, you do understand that there's people out there who are saying that Alexander Usyk is a greater cruiserweight than Evander Holyfield. That's what's going on right now. And I'm not going to go after those guys. They're entitled to their opinion, fine. But how do you distinguish that record? You go by the level opposition that they fought, how many champions they've beaten, and if there's any Hall of Fame wins on that record. Guess what? Evander Holyfield has that. That's a fact. He has it at cruiserweight. Not at just at heavyweight, at cruiserweight. Alexander Usyk does not have that. Now, if Breedis or Huck or Gassiev, if they become Hall of Famers, then so be it. Then I could go ahead and change my ranking between Holyfield and Usyk. But as of right now, Holyfield has the upper edge because he does have that win. That's something you cannot take away from his record. So first, you cannot. How the fuck can you say it is a stupid thing to say when this is the only way you could distinguish a fighter's record by doing that? You see how stupid this guy is? You see, this is the reason why he can't debate, because if he had said that in a live debate, he's going to get eaten up right here. Plain and simple. Get off that alcohol, Sean.
Because everybody he's fighting is currently fighting. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the fact is that the guys that are currently fighting right now, until they become Hall of Famers, then you could enter that conversation about. Then you could probably say that Usyk is a better cruiserweight than Holyfield. Then you can say that. Plain and simple.
would not be eligible for the Hall of Fame. Right? You see my point? And I have
No, you don't have a good point. That's an idiotic point. But let's continue.
Holyfield ranks above Usyk just did something fantastic, but he's still a work in progress. Right? Evander Holyfield's career is done. But for you to use that stipulation,
Yeah.
Evander has a Hall of Fame win. It is basically
He has 2 Hall of Fame wins. Both against Kawhi at cruiserweight. Let's continue.
you being dishonest.
It's not dishonest. It's a fact. In fact, there's people who agree with me on this. Even people who don't like me would agree with me on this. But I'll get Ahmed on in a second.
You're not being fair because you're saying something that obviously the other person could never do. A criteria that is unattainable for one person, but not the other.
How's it not fair, Sean? First things first, every fighter's career get assessed based off this criteria. Sugar Ray Robinson, Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson, Tiger Flowers, Leo Huck. All right, the original White Murderers Row guy. Okay, Philadelphia Jack O'Brien, Tommy Loughran, all these guys. Tommy Burns. Bob Fitzsimmons. These guys, all these guys' careers gets based off on who they fought and how many Hall of Famers they've beaten and how many champions they've beaten. How the fuck can you sit there and make something stupid ass comment like that? Anyways, let's continue.
So how is that a fair?
It is a fair comparison. It's a fair comparison, Sean. So let me say this very slowly. If you're going to say that Alexander Usyk is a greater cruiserweight than Evander Holyfield, then that needs to be brought up. Plain and simple. That is a very, very, very common sense thing to do. It has to be brought up. And it's too bad. If you don't like it, then fuck off and too bad.
It's not fair.
It is fair. It's fact, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to dismiss the fact that Holyfield did have Hall of Fame wins there. That's what he's trying to do. You're trying to dismiss that fact. But you can't dismiss history, Sean. It's there. You cannot do that. This is what you try to do with the Hagler and Hawkins when you nitpick their resumes. You try to take away their wins, Hagler's wins over Duran and Hearns, and try to make it look like his resume was shit, try to propagate Golovkin. And when you did that shit, that's where I stopped you. I was like, no, you can't do that. Or, the librarian at that time. You can't do that because it's on his resume. You can't take away wins that he has on his record. It's there. You can't do that. All right? If you're going to do that to fighters, then we might as well take away your fighters that you support best wins off their record and see what they have on their resumes. How would you like that?
That's a fact. Yeah, I win. That's a fact.
It is a fact. Well, too bad you don't have that logic, Sean, because right now you're failing in this video response towards me badly. You're failing miserably, but let's continue.
Is it possible for Usyk to have a Hall of Fame win on his resume?
Yes.
Yes or no?
It is. It is. That's why I said until Huck, until Gassiev, until Breedis, if they build Hall of Fame careers, then Usyk gets credit for having a Hall of Fame win. It's that simple, Sean. Simple logic.
Of course, the answer is no. So then how can you compare it? I mean, if Evander Holyfield was currently still fighting, would he have a Hall of Fame win? Oh, yes, because he'd be like fucking 60 years old and tons of guys he fought retired. But my point is, the guys you fight need to retire.
Sean, you don't get it. Again, I'm gonna say this once. I'm gonna say it once again. I'm gonna say it very slowly. There's people out there, there's your supporters who says that Alexander Usyk is greater than Evander Holyfield. This is what they're saying. So how do we distinguish that record? You have to go by Evander Holyfield's wins. He does have Hall of Fame wins there. He's beat more champions there. Yes, He beat a lineal champion there as well. So that is fact, Sean. That is fact. You will use that argument against any other fighter that you will go up against if they try to compare a fighter today against a fighter of the past. Everybody's done that. And yet here you are saying that here you are saying that I can't do that. You're not being consistent, man.
Before they're eligible to become Hall of Famers, you shit on Huck, right? Saying maybe he will be a Hall of Famer. No. Huck will definitely be a fucking Hall of Famer.
Really? Marco Huck will be a Hall of Famer? Okay. Ross Scott disagrees with you on that one, but let's look at Marco Huck's record. Because if Marco Huck is a Hall of Famer, then Johnny Nelson should be in the fucking Hall of Fame. All right? Let's be real. And why is it Johnny Nelson in the Hall of Fame? Why is it Carlos De Leon in the Hall of Fame? All right? Let me see Marco Huck's best wins, right? His best wins against, let's take a look. All Afolabi. He had a trilogy fight with Afolabi. Very good fighter. But Afolabi was never a champion. Those are his best wins. Oh, yeah, Dennis Ledebev. That's his best win, too. So he got Dennis Ledebev. I'll give him credit for that one. He lost to Steve Cunningham. He lost to Alexander Povetkin. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening here. My connections are a little bit flaky, but let me see if anybody can hear me now. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right, so back to where I was saying. So let me go ahead and finish this little Ether video, and then I'm going to bring Haman and those guys back on, and Mr. Doc, too.
Yeah, equal to those cases, career defense record at cruiserweight. That's going to get him into the Hall of Fame.
Really? Again, so to explain why Johnny Nelson, who actually held the record for most defenses at cruiserweight title, and why Carlos De Leon are not in the Hall of Fame. Explain, Sean. Explain. Why isn't Thomas Artemek in the Hall of Fame yet? Let's continue. Yeah, you did.
I was just pointing out how dishonest you're being. There's no tearing down.
Yeah, you did. You liar. Yeah, you did. You nitpicked every one of his opponents that he fought at cruiserweight. You nitpicked Nakawi. You nitpicked Parquet, De Leon. You did that in one hangout a couple years ago. You did do that.
You want to focus on all these positives with regard to Evander, and then just look for negatives regarding Usyk.
What negatives? What negatives? He's beaten great fighter. He's beaten very good cruiserweights there. I did say he beat I did say that Alexander Usyk beat a very stacked division of cruiserweights. I did say that. But the facts are the facts. Those guys don't have Hall of Fame careers at this point. All right? Until they build Hall of Fame careers, then you can say that Alexander Usyk should be rated higher above Evander Holyfield.
And then you turn it like, oh, look, he hates fucking the black fighter.
You do.
Where?
You hate black fighters. Let's be realistic. You don't like black people, Sean. Except there's a few exceptions that actually agrees with your point of view. Just like the Ring IQ had mentioned. That's what you are. You're nothing but a racist. You're nothing but a bigot. That's what you are. And I'm sure that's what you were raised to be. And you can never get that out of you. Plain and simple. And that's the reason why you're in Taiwan right now, because of the fact you couldn't make it anywhere else. You're behind a screen. You can say what the hell you want to say because you know damn well that us, my people, myself, can't get to you. We can't do nothing to you because we're just talking behind a computer screen. You about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles away, wherever you are. You're in a safe haven. Plain and simple. So let's continue.
I'm open on record a huge Evander Holyfield fan.
Liar.
This is more about you than it is about Evander Holyfield.
Liar.
Somehow, this is just too difficult for you to grasp again and again and again.
Dirty neck.
So I'm going to take that video apart in another segment, so watch out for that. Okay? Besides, you know, the racist prick over there, he still just can't leave the black channels alone. I don't know what it is. He has a heart for them. I don't get it. In fact, you got people on it. So it's funny you say that because I've been going back and forth with Ring IQ. Is he a black channel?
Yeah, he is. He's black.
I've been going in with lots of
Well, actually, you know what? The Ring IQ may be Puerto Rican, but they do have a bit of they do have some African heritage. So that's fact. Yeah, Puerto Ricans do have some bit of African heritage.
You don't complain about those channels. When I went in with Boxing Librarian, was he a black channel?
Sean, see, there you go again. You're deflecting, okay? You're deflecting, all right? You're deflecting. The fact is that, yes, there are going to be some one-offs there and there, but you predominantly go after black uploaders. There you are trying to be you're trying to be, what's the word? You're trying to be dismissive here, okay? You're deflecting. That's what you do on a daily basis. Look at your content. 90% of it is against being critical of black fighters or black uploader. Making derogatory comments about house Negroes. I'm still waiting for you to explain that. What the fuck is a house Negro in your logic? Explain. Come on my channel and explain what a house Negro is. Huh?
Right. You know, it's interesting how they want to make this all about race.
That's what you're doing, Sean.
Boxing, right? Let's focus on boxing and people's contradictions.
Yeah, besides, why the fuck is Ring IQ's ethnicity have anything to do with this, or the librarians? I mean, why the fuck did you...
Inconsistencies, right? Which is what I pointed out with you.
Well, you have a lot of inconsistencies so far, Sean. You made an hour and 30-minute video about me again, and I already been at 12 minutes in this video so far. But I'm not going to play this whole thing. I'm going to get some guys on. We're going to chop it about boxing, about Wilder and Fury.
Inconsistency, and that you didn't say Usyk was pound for pound.
I did say it.
Inconsistency. Crazy Evander Holyfield for being the #1 cruiserweight over Usyk, even though I never said Usyk.
I never said you said that. I said others have said it, Sean. So how's that inconsistent? This is me the first time ever commenting on the whole Holyfield and Usyk comparison. This is my first time ever saying that. The only time I ever said something about Usyk and Holyfield was that Usyk was on verge of breaking Holyfield's record, winning the a world title at a faster rate than he did. And he did that. That was when he beat Kowalski. All right? I don't understand. You really got some serious issues. Yeah.
Nonetheless, you specifically state that you make a Usyk victory about Evander Holyfield. Right? That's the irony.
See, he's getting mad. He's getting mad.
and broke Evander Holyfield's records for cruiserweight, but you make it about Evander Holyfield as opposed to just praising Usyk. So that's what I pointed that out for. But you know, that's the irony, right? That you need to deflect. That's what it
You're deflecting, Sean. You're deflecting. You're the racist troll that keeps deflecting all the time, man. You can't see the truth of what it is. The fact is that after this statement, I'm done. You don't like the fact that an Eastern European fighter is not being ranked above the all-time great right now. That's a fact. You don't like it. All right. You probably won't have a problem with if people are saying, which you don't, by the way, people saying that Usyk should be rated higher than Holyfield. You wouldn't have no problem with people saying that. But you have a problem with me and others saying that, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Where are the Hall of Fame wins? All right, where's the lineal championship wins? Holyfield's beat more champions at cruiserweight than Usyk. Yeah, I mean, like, as Mr. Doc says, you consistent, all right. You're a consistent racist. You consistently being a racist troll. That's what you are. Okay?
These guys need to deflect from the boxing conversation.
Like you're doing right now. You keep talking about race all the time. You keep bringing up race in every single boxing conversation that you have, Sean. Every upload, every video reaction you do, it has something to do with race. It has something to do with tribalism. Don't be a hypocrite. Be a fucking man and own up to the fact that you're fixated on tribalism. That's what you are, a fucking tribal. You're a tribalist.
Bring it into race, and this has always historically been the situation. Always deflecting back to fucking race.
And when did I deflect it back to race, Sean? When have I done that in my videos? So here you're lying about me. I never done that.
This is where you lose credibility.
Oh, credibility. This is a guy who couldn't even name Sugar Ray Robinson's best wins. He couldn't even name any of his opponents. In fact, the last video that he did, another response towards me a while back, is that he said that Sugar Ray Robinson was a natural middleweight. That's what he said. Sugar Ray Robinson was not a fucking natural middleweight, you dummy. So you need to do some studying. You need to do some research on Sugar Ray Robinson before you make comments like that. Okay? A man who couldn't name anything that he done in his career deserves no credibility whatsoever. All right? I don't even know why I'm having this dialogue with you, but it's been fun. It's been fun. Okay? It's funny, though, because this is a man who says that I never said that Hagler Hopkins were no better. I never said that Golovkin's resume was better than Hagler or Hopkins. I even had him on a hangout say, okay, if you're going to say that, then tell me right now, tell us all right now that Hagler and Hopkins are much better. They have better wins. They have better middleweight runs than Gennady Golovkin. He didn't want to say it. He didn't want to say it, all right? I don't understand you, man. It's like you talk about me being inconsistent, which I've been very consistent about this, and here you are going back and forth about all the shit that has nothing to do with the things you say, about the video response towards me. Anyways, I'm done, Sean. Let me get my guys on. It's been fun. It's been fun. Real fun. Let me get Ahmed and these guys on. Hold on. All right, let me get these guys here. We're going to chop it up real quickly. I know. All right, let's see. All right, let's get these guys on. Hold on, people. Ahmed. There you go. So let's see if we get the gang in here. Let me look at the comments. I haven't really got caught up with it. I know somebody's a big Tyson Fury fan. He said that Fury's going to bang out Wilder. Hey, you know what? May the best man win. But I really think that Fury's going to get knocked out. Let's be real. I think he's going to get knocked out. I mean, it's noble for him to take this fight after the Pianetta fight, but I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. And by the way, again, for those who believe this is a cash-out fight for Fury, no, it's not a cash-out fight. Frank Warren shot that down. He still has future plans for Fury after the Wilder fight. So, like I said, Fury still is young in a way. You know, I know 3 years and abusing his body with substances and gaining a lot of weight, that does take a lot out of your prime. But he's still, I mean, if he's really in top fighting shape, he could still have a lengthier career. Because you have to understand the heavyweights actually have a longer lifespan than the lower weight classes fighters. The lower weight class fighters, I should say. They do. So, yeah, AA Boxing the Blood says that I think Fury will go southpaw and use his right hand and close Wilder's eyes like he did Chisora. He could try that, man. I mean, if he dares to play games with Wilder in that ring, man, if he feels that Wilder can't do nothing to him, hey, by all means. But that's a dangerous fight for Fury. He knows it. Let's see. The person's being reviewed should probably give us a clue what Fury's really in for. Yeah, that's a good point, Texas. That's definitely a good point. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight. We just gotta, get Pianetta fight out the way first. So we definitely gotta get that done, and then onto the Fury and Wilder fight in December. So, wait for the gang to get in here so we can chop it up. So let me see. All right, let's see. Oh, Hamed, you on? It's not working? All right. Let me try it this way. All right. Yeah, he said he can't get on. All right. All right, let me try it. Let me send it another way, Hamed. Give me 1 minute. I'll send it the link a different way. I don't know why it says it's offline. That's very odd. Let's try it one more time. Try again. Let's see if anybody wants to get on. All right, let's see. Let me go to my other email and send it to you there. All right. Oh, it's calling me. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. I'm going to send it right here, Ahmed. Hold on. All right, sent it by email, man. So hopefully you get it right there. Yeah, I just sent it right now. What's it say now? Yeah, I just emailed you. All right, so yeah, let me get you that link, Mr. Doc. Give me 1 second. We'll send it to you. Yeah, for some reason it's not. You say it's offline, but let me get you real quickly. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Dark Art, what's happening, man? I agree, Dan. If it's a question of regaining peak form after a long layoff plus drug abuse, yeah, that's what it is. Good. if Tyson Fury doesn't look marginally better than his last performance, the fight will hold little merit. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, Mister. Dark Art. That's a very good point. He's going to have to look very impressive against Pineda, which we do expect he does, because Pineda is a very limited fighter, very limited heavyweight. I mean, if you don't believe me, take a look at the Vladimir Klitschko fight that happened a few years ago. So I would hope that's the case, but we'll see. How man, you in, man? What's going on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, brother. How you doing?
One sec.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me just see because I got my headphones in. I'm trying to see.
Okay.
All right. Is that okay, or do I need to speak by the mic?
You're good, man. Just speak a little bit louder on the mic.
All right. What about now? Is that okay?
You got to turn the YouTube thing off, though. You got an echo.
Yeah, you do. You got to turn that off. You got to mute that video.
Oh, I just did.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you're good. Yeah, I can't hear. No, I can't hear no echo. What about? Can you hear echo, Mr. Doc?
Say something, Hamed. I hear myself. Yeah.
Wait, let me see now.
Hang on, maybe it's me. Oh no, there we are. There we are. You got it.
All right. Yeah. All right. How's it now? No echoes?
Yeah, it's all good on my end. Good enough, anyways.
All right. Good. So yeah, guys. So let's chop it up a little bit. The Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight.
Too soon.
Too soon? Yeah. Go ahead, Ahmed.
You know why that comes up as is offline? The reason is because you gotta go through Google. You can't stay in Hangouts. So if you're in Hangouts and you send a link, you gotta go through Google.
Oh, that's what happens.
That's why I just tested it out. I remember it happened with DJ's podcast.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
all right, now I know.
Google's cracked down even more on. Somebody's got to mute. I don't know what happened there. But Google's cracked down on making Chrome. So if you're on Firefox, it's a big issue.
Right. Yeah, they're cracking down. That's why I can't. Well, I hear that. I'm hearing the video. Somebody got to mute.
I feel like I'm on stage again.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
That was the speaker.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're cracking down. Because we can't even post links into the chat anymore. So they're really cracking down on that for spam purposes. So
that's what it is. I mean, I use headphones, man.
Yeah. Just use headphones. That will take you off. That will take eliminate some of the bit of the echo. But we're good, man. We're good either way. But anyways, I got what you call Low Place just got in. But Jockey Lad says, look, mark my words, this fight is not happening in December. Do you think this is all a charade? Do you think this is all a ploy to get Tyson Fury to sell tickets at Windsor Park? Because somebody suggested that.
I think it might happen.
He's trying to. Sorry, go ahead, man.
I can still hear echo, man.
Oh.
So go ahead and have you go and turn the videos. That'll make it progress. So how many? What you got to say? And then we won't have the echo.
All right, so there's a BT box office new channel. I think Fury and Wilder might be targeted for that, but I agree until they sign, we won't know. But I'll say this: I think Wilder and Fury will probably want the fight. I think Joshua or his team don't want the fight, man. I understand some people are saying. I've seen Lopez saying the fight doesn't make sense. I think. I still hear echo as well.
Yeah, Dan. If you call on who you want to speak, Dan, and then you mute your microphone until they done.
All right, let me mute and see what happens.
Go ahead, Hamid.
All right. Yeah, now it's better. So, I think Fury December might be a bit too early. I think April would probably have been the earliest. He needs at least 2 more fights. He's had one. He looked kind of trash, and the guy who's fighting is kind of trash. But I mean, you're going rounds. I think is it Pineda, the guy that got knocked out by Kevin Johnson? He's fighting in September. I think one more fight would have been good after that, but I mean, well, I want to see Wilder in a big fight, and I want to see Fury in a big fight. If Fury could just get into good shape and take over in this fight, I mean, why not? I mean, he came back, had two mismatches, and then fought Bellew. I know it's a different. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not comparing the same comparison, but
Yeah.
I mean, 1 or 2 fights is okay. He hasn't been off for about 10 years. He's only been off for about 2.5 years. He needs to get into shape, and he just needs rounds. The only bad thing I'd say is he should have got a better opponent than Penietta or whatever his name is. Because if that guy got knocked out by Kevin Johnson, that's quite worrying. I mean, Kevin Johnson is a guy that loses to nearly everyone. But
Right.
if it's a big fight, it's going to be on pay-per-view, probably on both sides of the pond. I mean, after AJ Wilder is probably the biggest fight, I think, unless AJ and Fury fight, but that fight's not happening. So AJ and Wilder probably the biggest fight. Then probably Wilder and Fury. I think Wilder and Fury might be a better fight, if I'm being honest, than AJ and Fury. I don't think AJ and Fury would be that good of a fight. I think Wilder and Fury is probably the hardest fight to predict, but at the moment, I gotta say Wilder probably the favorite.
Yeah, you know it's funny though because Mr. Boxer today, I listened to his video. He said that Wilder, the only opening betting odds is that Fury is a slight favorite to win that fight.
Sorry, guys,
I'm
I had
like,
to answer my door. Are you talking about Fury versus Wilder?
Yeah. Mr. Boxer today, Mr. Boxer today put a video on that, and he said that Fury is opened up as a slight favorite to beat Wilder right
in
now.
Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas. He's a slight favorite. I'm like, wow.
Damn, I need to move back to Reno. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I wish I was kidding. That's what Mr. Boxer today say, and I take everything he says credible because he doesn't just put out fake stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't say shit to say shit.
Yeah, and that to me is surprising, but you know,
well, that could be Vegas. You know, they always say Vegas tries to move the line.
Yeah, they try to move the line. That's probably what it is. But
they're trying to get the what they call it the stupid money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Casual.
I agree.
We'd call it the casual money, if you get me.
Yeah, I agree with Ahmed on this one. I think that fight is probably going to be a better fight than AJ versus Fury or AJ versus White rematch. Some people are saying that the Wilder versus Fury fight is going to be much bigger than that. You know?
Whoa. Bigger or better, or what do we or what do we mean by those things?
Well, some people say bigger and better in some ways because first you got two trash talking heavyweights, very awkward, very dangerous.
Yeah. If we're talking about the press conference and the press tour, Fury and Wilder is where it's going to be fucking at. I mean, I'm not as much into that shit, but I probably won't even miss that. Okay.
The actual fight would be better, I think, than a lot of fights. I think it's probably the only fight that might be better is AJ and Wilder. But even that, it's quite spectacle. The thing, this is what I reckon about AJ and Wilder. I think that's the fight everyone wants to see, but it's not happening until April.
How can
and another thing is if AJ and Wilder is not happening now, they say not even April. I mean, we want to see a big fight. I'm not really interested in
I agree with that sentiment right there. If it's not going to friggin' happen, there's no real point in us banging our heads against a cement wall. Yeah. May as well look for.
Well, I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, I would say one thing though. I think it's good in a way the Wilder and Fury fight is about to go down from the looks of it because it takes attention away from the AJ Wilder thing. It was getting old anyway. It was getting tiresome. It was just getting too many, stalling, too many drawbacks. It's just too many hurdles. It was just people
It should have gave attention to the fights that should be made, not some guy just fighting potatoes and all of these other guys.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Doc. Let Lo finish. Go ahead.
It's just ridiculous to put him in a fight right now after a potato fight and after that last showing. Right now, it just seems ridiculous. It's like all these top 5, top 10 heavyweight. Fury's not even rated in heavyweight. Shouldn't be rated.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is now.
Hold on. By who and by what and why?
Ring Magazine, and I think TRB has them rated now too.
Okay. Can we go through the ring top 10? Can we go through the ring top 10 and ask ourselves who we think?
Yeah, I'm on the ring top 10, and they have them right at number 10.
I know it's right in there.
Yeah. I've seen it automatically, and I'm honestly wondering, like, I just don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. They got Joshua Wilder, Povetkin, Parker, Ortiz, White, Brazil, Gerald Miller, Adam Kanauki, and shit. Is that there's no more
Aldo
guys out there
Kawaguchi.
that
Yeah. So okay. Adam Kawanaki. Now I watched that. If you're in Kawanaki, I'd watch.
exactly? Why are we doing
Yeah.
this to ourselves, man? Why? Why?
But
Why is he doing this?
Kawanaki right now, Kawanaki might fuck around and beat Fury.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
let's be
what,
real. Go ahead, man. I was gonna
this
say
is
real
what I'll
quick.
see. This is what
Go
I'll
ahead.
see. If Wilder Fury fight as soon as possible and the winner wins emphatically, the Joshua fight against the winner will be huge. I think they need to
Yes.
take this. I mean, Joshua could play around and fight anyone and draw 80, 90,000. Wilder and Fury need this fight. I mean, I get it. I think Wilder's got a lot more to lose, but I think Wilder, I said it on another podcast, I think it's yesterday, Wilder is struggling to get up for some of these guys. He even said mentally, he turned down White. I don't think he's interested in
Well,
Chisora or White.
look. If we're talking about a political move, and when I say political move, I'm talking about. I don't mean friggin' the kind of crap that even irritates people. For say, I mean, you do have to play a degree of politics in boxing. If we're talking about playing, moving chess pieces on the board in that regard, I get it. But just don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me that Tyson Fury is like, you know what I mean, a 50-50. This is a 50-50 fight.
Wait, let
In
me
no
see.
way, shape, or form. Hang on. I'm just going to say one other thing. And nothing will convince me that Tyson Fury right now is anywhere near even 50% of the Tyson Fury that schooled last. There's no way. There's
I
no
think
Yeah,
way.
Derek
I'll say
Chisora
this.
that he beat just got a huge knockout. Go make number 3 of that and beat him up, stop him, and then okay, we say we at least give you the he's back there. Come on, man.
Wait, so you
I'll say
think
this.
he should fight Cesaro?
I
Tyson
mean,
Fury?
anybody. The WBC shouldn't even allow the man to fight in the title fight
How about
right now.
Kawanaki? How about
It just feels
Well,
Kawanaki?
wrong.
What's wrong with I'm not even saying Kawanaki specifically, Dan, but
let me ask
that
Lo
guy
this
on
question.
that level, if you get me.
Well,
That's where I'm.
let me. Yeah, I hear you say, Mr. Dodd. Let me ask Lo this question. Let's take Wilder out of the question. How would you say if let's say Tyson Fury beats Pianetta, right? How would you favor him? Would you favor Fury going to a fight, let's say, with Miller or White per se for a third fight?
I'm gonna say this for WBC got Tyson Fury rated at number 7 after his last fight. So I'm assuming that if he beats Pineda, he'll be up to number 3. If we keep jumping, I don't know, but I don't know who I'd favor him over. I just want to see him in there with somebody they're not a titleist. They're trying to get one. It's just not right for a Kanauki,
So,
a Big Baby, a Dillian White to all have to sit on the sideline and they've been putting in the
Can I
work.
chime in?
I don't get it. The
well,
WBC
Tyson Fury is a lineal champion, though.
Can I
He's
chime
still
in?
the lineal champion.
lineal
Yeah,
champion.
yeah.
Nobody has him rated as lineal champion.
He's still a
Up.
lineal champion.
That's
He
why
He's
I
was
still
said
the
he's
man,
not
he was
Muhammad
taken
Ali.
off the list of lineal champions.
but he's still the lineal champion. You can't take
No,
that away from him. He never
no,
lost
he
the
took it
title in
away
the
from
ring.
himself. I didn't take it away from him.
Yeah,
He
I'm
did.
saying he never lost the title in the
Wait.
ring, so
Wait, let's
he
move
pretty
on.
much has that right to leapfrog. He does have that right to kind of leapfrog those guys because he.
Dan's got a point. There were people that, like I said, that's why I brought up Muhammad Ali, not just because it's my favorite fighter. That's the same argument was brought up about him going into the Fraser. The difference is, number one, I'm sorry, Fury isn't Muhammad Ali. I don't care how much that irritates
Yeah, he's not.
modern fans. Number two, these guys he's fighting, I don't care how small Bonavina and Quarry are. They beat the ever living shit out of Pianetta and whoever the fuck it was that he fought last time. You understand what I'm trying to say? He's not gonna be. And Muhammad Ali wasn't binging on cocaine, ballooning in weight like.
I just want to see a competitive fight, not a wishful thinking type fight.
There you go. You just summed up kind of what I'm saying here, Place.
Wait,
And I know people gonna be like, "Yo, they hate and they don't want to see a big fight."
No. If you give Fury another, in my opinion, if you give Fury like 2-3 really good fights, I'm not talking about these midgets and whatnot. I'm talking about top 10 like Kawanaki's, those kind of fights. You build them properly, 3 to 10 fights from right now. Then him and Wilder is a 50-50 fight. He's not ready.
Well, let me ask Lo. Well, I got put Lo on the spot a little bit. Let me ask you this question, Lo. If Joshua or Bellew had pursued that fight was confirmed right now. Let's take Wilder out. Would you be okay with it?
No, I wouldn't be okay with it. I don't
Okay.
want. No, I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll be okay with it with Bellew because he's not even a true heavyweight. It's just a. He's a. No. I understand. With Bellew, I would be upset. I would be upset with Joshua.
Dan, I can see your point.
Let me answer your question. I'd be upset. I'd be upset with Joshua, and I'd also say with Joshua, he's kind of like taking the food out of anybody's mouth. Anybody trying to make a big fight, I would see why he did it, but I still would not like the fight. I see why Wilder's trying to do it for the money, but it's always
Joshua. They're doing
right
it
now.
I just said that.
I just said that. But Bellew is not a heavyweight champion and likely will never contend.
Okay, but he's doing it for the money though.
Okay, and he's not getting that.
But that's a more even fight right now because Bellew's not a natural heavyweight. Bellew's not a natural heavyweight, so I get loads of points.
If Wilder struggles in this fight, I don't want to hear a thing. I just don't want to hear a thing. All right, he better knock him the fuck out, like quickly.
Okay, now hang on though. You're talking about how many times do I have to explain to people? Punchers struggle. Punchers. No, stop.
Let me not finish. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Doc.
Historically, if you look at the elite punchers, okay, I'm not talking about elite boxers, anything else, just the guys that fucking crack, especially at heavyweight. If you go watch their fights, big stretches. Even during winning streaks, big stretches where they lose rounds, get up. This is what happens with punchers. I don't get why people are acting like this is some kind of weird thing or some kind of Wilder specific thing. It's neither. All right, Wilder is the puncher in the heavyweight division. This is historically how.
Another thing that struggles is a finesse fighter who does not.
Well, go again. Let all man get in. Let get all man get in. Go ahead, man.
Talk. I have to wait for about 5 minutes. Look, let me see something. Look, Parker just lost. White didn't look that good. He doesn't want to fight. I mean, Wilder doesn't want to fight him. You got to look at the top 10. I mean, people are making it out like this heavyweight eaters all of a sudden the golden age is kind of trash. I mean, Bellew is not a heavyweight. I mean, some people were thinking that Bellew was going to fight Wilder. I mean, that would have been a very bad.
Oh, that would have been massacre. Match. Yeah, Wilder. I mean, Bellew knew that. He knew that.
Yeah, so that's good that didn't happen. I mean, Fury. Let's see how he looks first against Pinata. Look, I'm not saying it's a 50-50 fight at the moment, but Wilder's looked trash against some very bad opponents. I mean, Molina and the list goes on. I don't care if they were active or not. Those guys are not elite fighters, and Wilder has fought down to his level. I mean, even against Ortiz. Look, Ortiz was obviously coming into some momentum and was obviously in a better shape mentally and physically probably at that time than Fury. Actually, I don't know about physically because he did have high blood pressure, but at the time he was active. He was, he didn't have long spells of inactivity like Fury. He did, I think, have a bit of inactivity because of the
WBA situation.
Like I said in the comment section, he took BP meds, not coke.
Let me finish. And so at the moment, there's a fringe couple of contenders, but this is a big fight. The only thing I'm a bit skeptical, I think Fury should have had at least one more fight. I was saying if Wilder and Joshua doesn't happen in April 2019, make Fury and Joshua in April. You can make it in April, even though I think that might have been a bit maybe sooner rather than late. I mean, a bit more sooner than I think it should have been. But look, Fury did something to Klitschko not many people thought he'd do. Fury is probably still even better than half of these heavyweights. I'm not lying. Outside the probably top 5, even at this rate, I think he's probably better than a lot of these guys. The only thing he needs to do is get into shape and at least look good in the next fight. But I agree with Lopez. The guy who's fighting Pinata is not very good. I mean, he got knocked out by Kevin Johnson, so they could have at least picked a better opponent. They could have at least picked a better opponent, or they could have at least had one more fight. But how do we even know this fight is happening until it's official? We can't really jump the gun. I mean,
no, that's a good point. That's a good point. But from the looks of it, from what from both parties, they seem very positive. There don't seem to be no hurdles going on. It's just like they're just about done. The only thing they need to do is get past Pinata, and then they'll take it from there. So that's the only stipulation.
What I'm trying to say, what if they agree to a date, but they fight later than planned? Like, what if they say we'll have one more tune-up in December, and then...
Yeah, and me, that's fine.
I would actually be better with the fight if that happened.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I also pointed that out too. Maybe they do agree, but they'll get one more inner fight between. Like Wilder would get one with Brazil, and then Fury would get one with whatever his choosing of his opponent would.
Yeah,
So
at least get Fury in there with like a guy that's top 20, 10 through 20.
Yeah,
Wilder
this
is
kind
very
of,
good.
this kind of resembles to me. I'm not sure. See, people don't even remember this. I like to go back to history a lot. Mr. Doc probably know about this because I brought this up in one of my videos. This reminds me of Shane Mosley and Felix Trinidad in certain ways because back in 2004, Trinidad was coming back into the ring after a 2-year retirement, and he blew up over 200 pounds. He was overweight. He was not in shape, and a lot of people thought that Felix was crazy to take on a guy like Shane Mosley.
Before or after he fought Roy?
This is before.
Before.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when Shane was going to fight. He was fighting Winky Wright, and Shane had to get past Winky Wright to get that Felix Trinidad fight. So it's almost similar to that in a way.
That's a good point.
But
That's a good point.
yeah, it's almost similar, and people had no problem with it then. But now it's like with Fury. Yeah, well, the difference is it is almost the same thing because Felix Trinidad wasn't in the greatest shape when he retired. He was drinking a lot.
Okay, I was going to ask because I honestly don't know. This isn't. You know what I mean? I plead ignorance here. I don't know one way or the other. You mentioned drink. To me, it can be obviously alcoholism can be a serious issue, but I wouldn't rate that. You know what I mean? Offhand as on the same level as a cocaine problem.
Cocaine,
but maybe Trinidad did have those issues. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, look, if Fury beats Wilder, and I don't think it's impossible. I think at the moment, if he gets past this fight and doesn't get hit, I think he got hit way too much in his last fight. If he gets past this fight and he doesn't get hit and they fight in December, I'd say maybe Wilder's about 60-40 favorite. I don't think Wilder is an all-time great. I think some people are again a bit mistaken. He's got all-time great probably power, but he's not an all-time great fighter. He's very technically flawed. He has got some skills as well. Wait. He's got some skills as well. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't count out Fury. If he could have another fight, I still think Wilder will obviously be the favorite. But I'm saying, look, if Fury pulls that off, I think the Fury Joshua fight will be huge. And I think maybe this is my personal opinion. I think Wilder's got a lot more to lose than Fury. I think Fury, if he loses, people will just say the guy was coming off a 2-year layoff. He wasn't in great shape. So I think Wilder's got a lot more to lose, but I think Wilder mentally might actually be up for this, because if he beats him, I mean, he'll have the ring, not the ring. I mean, he'll have the lineage.
Man, quit saying, bro.
And let me say something real quickly about that, man. That's an interesting point because why is it that if Wilder somehow beats him, he gets no credit for that, but yet if Joshua or Bellew fought Fury, they get the credit? You see the double standard there? That right there, I got a problem with that.
Credit from who and in what regard?
Well, if beating a lineal champion, a heavyweight champion, that's what they're promoting that fight when they were talking about the likes of AJ and Fury fight.
They were.
If you're just talking about the man who beat the man, then obviously any promoter worth anything, right, that gets Fury involved right now, they're going to use that as a part of the marketing. Yeah.
I got one for you. I got something for you. Y'all, you know how they say about...
Wait, hold on. Let Lawman finish and I'll let you get in. Go ahead, man.
I'm just going to say this. Fury is unbeaten. Yeah, let's not forget about this. But, Waldo was not cherry-picking him. The guy who was trying to cherry-pick him was Bellew. Now, I know people will probably say I'm crazy because Bellew is a lot smaller, but Bellew, if he fought him in his first comeback fight, Bellew probably would have beaten him. Fury was not ready for a top, I'd say, 20 heavyweight. He fought, I think, cruiserweight. Was ranked like number 2 in Alberta.
Yeah, the guy he fought was a cruiserweight.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say was, I wouldn't call this cherry picking by Wilder. I think if Fury has another fight, I think I agree, he's not 100%, but I'm not too sure if he'll ever be 100% compared to when he beat Klitschko. But I think if he's around 80 to 70%, that's maybe good enough to beat some of these guys. I'm not too sure if that's good enough to beat Wilder and Joshua. It might be. You never know, but I always thought he needed at least 3 fights, but he's going to have 2 fights. If they do fight in December, I think it favors Wilder. It'll probably be in America. So I think for Wilder, I think you can't miss this opportunity. I mean, why would you want to see him fight someone like Brazil or Konaki? He's not going to get credit for beating those guys.
Yeah. True. Good point. But go ahead, Lo. You want to go ahead and jump in and say something?
Two things. Two things. Like they said about Donald Trump, that ain't my president. So Fury, that lineal shit they talking, that ain't my lineal. That's just
Ah,
it's not nobody else's fault, but he is the only place that lists him as their champion is basically like a user edited site, Wikipedia. Not TBRBR, not BoxRec, not ESPN. He's not listed as any lineal champion, and he shouldn't be. And that shouldn't be an excuse to say that's what's going to save the fight. Some title, a title for him. He is the worst representation of a champion that we've almost ever seen. And I say this. I'll say
come
this.
on. So now you trying to rip credit away for that
He
fight,
is
man.
one of the
Come on,
worst.
man.
He's one of the worst. I mean, who do you have to have more credit for? Robert Easter Jr. or Fury? Hell, at least Robert Easter Jr. fought the shit out. Fury wouldn't beat a damn bag of dope up.
In
And,
one
you
place,
know, you can't respect it.
I got to point out, Robert Easter did make defenses, which
You
Fury
can't
did.
respect it. And one more
Fury
thing.
made
Yeah,
zero
true.
defenses.
One more
true.
thing. One more thing.
Yeah.
Hamed keeps saying I would have to believe he's better than this without him doing. Bro, it is a sport of do it. It's like if you're good, okay, you're back. Be the top 10 guy, top 15 guy. Be the Kanauki. Give them the opportunity to fight you, and then go and get Wilder 2018 and 2019. And I would agree, it looks better than not just to say, oh, I'm in shape. I lost weight. So I take it serious now and I'm good again now just because you lost weight. I'm sorry, man. The weight gonna matter, but at the end of the day, I want to see him prove something as well.
Yeah, come back and stop 2 top 10 guys, and then I'd be like, if you'd just done that, right? Or even you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Dave? I don't even have to say it.
Well, let me answer this, Lo.
If he was doing that kind of thing, then I'd be looking at this fight completely differently.
Yeah. Well, Lo, let me ask you this, because from what you're doing, man, you're trying to rip away credit from Wilder if he does beat Fury for that lineal championship.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, man. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to discredit right now.
Anybody that beat him wouldn't be my lineal champion. He is not nobody should be interested. Like the top 10 guys.
Hey, wait, I gotta stop you right there.
Well,
for a second.
yeah. Wait,
hold on, Mr. Doc. Why are you devaluing the lineal championship now when it comes to Wilder?
I've devalued Fury's win of lineage ever since he decided to go do coke and not be a fighter.
Man.
It's not devaluing Wilder.
Coconut. He
Wilder
beat
straight.
Wait, hold up. The Coconut, that Fury beat the man that was reigning for 10 years. He did that, and he deserves his credit. Coconut, bro.
He vacated his spot.
I got to defend Low Place here. When did he say he'd give AJ any kind of more or less?
None. I'll give nobody credit. I don't want to see him fight anybody that's called himself a titleist. I'm saying back in top 10, prove that you're better than these guys, and then you look, it's an efficient fight.
Yeah, let him fight a Kawanaki, man. That's what I think.
A lot of these guys have lost, man. So I'm not too sure. Look, Parker lost. Ortiz.
You sure he'd be Parker right now, Hamid?
No, but I'm trying to say they're coming off losses. I mean, do you really think Fury's gonna fight or they're gonna fight Fury?
Yes, I think they would. Money. It'll bring some money.
Yeah, why wouldn't Parker fight Fury? Now that you mention it.
Shit, a Chagayev fight. I'm okay with a Chagayev fight. I'm okay with him and Chagayev.
Yeah. Let him go see Pulev since no one wants to go out there to Bulgaria.
Yeah, I mean, he don't even got to go that time. Big Baby, Big Chisora, Big Domestic, get him some money and make him happy about boxing. But just this undercard, you mean to tell me he's going to go from 126-pound undercard, because that's what he's doing, to a world heavyweight title fight.
He's 126 pounds.
It's Frampton in a cherry pick. And he's on the undercard of it, saying, I'm ready to fight for the title. Man, come on, man.
Nah, but Lo, like I said, man, you cool, man, sometimes, but you can't have this double standard where you trying to value the linealship with one particular fighter. But when it comes to another fighter, you try to value that one. That's what you're doing, dog.
You're wrong. I wouldn't call
I got to raise my hand here. I got to ask a question because I may have missed it. Dan, what are we referring to? Are you saying that Low Place gave AJ or the idea of AJ fighting Fury more credit, or what are you saying? You lost me.
Well, what I'm saying is that if Wilder's fight for a lineal championship and Wilder wins, which more likely that's what's going to happen. He's trying to value that.
It or not, I agree with you. There is an argument there. Yes, because Fury is the man that beat the man, and like you said, he never lost it in the ring. And historically, that's been an argument that's been made numerous times. It's got what you call there's what's the word, precedence. There's precedence for it. Right. So I get you. Right. I'm with you there. Either one of them should get equal credit or lack thereof, and that's where I am. I don't want to. I say Fury's not ready for either one of them. You know what I mean?
No man credit. The fight for lineage at heavyweight is a fight that we can't get right now, and that's Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Other than that, nobody would be getting lineage credit for beating Tyson Fury. I don't know the double standard you're trying to say I have, because I'm telling you, I do not.
So if Joshua beat him, he would have got no credit.
No. Sure about that? Why would I? Why would Fury has discredited himself?
For once, I'm going to vouch for low place. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm vouching for low place.
He's a money grab. He is a money grab. The fans of the UK are, I mean, they hardcore. This dude let them down so hard, and now follow him through the streets. And that right there messes up boxing. That messes up boxing. They ought to say, man, you get yourself right, or our support is gone. We support you and want you to do well, but we're not finna pat you on the back for being a dickhead. And while they done that, they messed up boxing. And guys like him, they just he ain't outworking anybody. He ain't beating any. Look, man, he ain't putting in no Dillian White level work. He ain't putting in no White level work.
Let me put it in hypothetical, Mr. Doc. Hold on, Mr. Doc. Let me say something. If your guy Adonis Stevenson moved up to heavyweight and fought Fury for the lineal championship and beat him, what would you say? No. Answer the question. Answer the question. If he had done that, come on. No. If he
answer the question, it would not be a lineal champion, but it would be pretty damn dope to see a 6'1" fighter trying to fight a.
Yeah, he'd be Adonis the longest. He'd be Adonis the longest, wouldn't he? Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Adonis Stevenson, no problem.
Put Kovalev in there. If Kovalev fight fucking Fury, I'm gonna say, yo, if he beat him, you gotta give him some kind of credit. He's small as shit. He's not supposed to beat that big guy. Other than that,
thank you.
All right, low place. You can't. I hate to say it, but Dan may have got you here because you can't say it. Let me finish. You cannot, on the one hand, say you got no problem with Kovalev versus Wilder, did he say, or Joshua?
No, I'm saying I'm making his comparison.
I heard you sneak Kovalev in there.
No. I'm telling him if Kovalev went up to fight Fury, don't even worry about Stevenson.
Okay.
If Kovalev went to fight Fury, I'd give Kovalev credit because he's a small motherfucker fighting this giant.
Time out. Now, if I got no problem with that personally, but if you've got no problem with that, how you going to have a problem with Mikey fighting Errol Spence?
No, I don't want to. I'm just saying, I don't. Dan brought it up. I don't want to see none of that shit happen. I don't want to see none of that.
I gotta drag you out on the carpet now, low place. No.
No double standard. Dan brought up the example.
Stop. Time out. How is it not a double standard when you're talking about Kovalev fighting Fury, a 6'9", former, if not 300 pounds, former, not too long ago, 300-pound heavyweight. All right. Yeah. How are you gonna say that's not even in the same ballpark as Mikey fighting Spence? Where's the difference? How you gonna
let me understand, Dan? I'm only talking about the comparison he made. I don't like none of those fights. I want Kovalev and Stevenson to stay where they are.
You are invited. No one asked you to. Hold on. I'm gonna make. Let me answer. Let me clarify.
Let me answer. I'm being asked all the questions, but I'm not answering the question. I am going to answer the question. I'm answering and you're interrupting. One second.
Hold up, y'all. One at a time. Mr. Doc, or maybe Low Place finish your point, and Mr. Doc get back in. Go ahead, Low Place.
What I'm saying is, of course, if either of them won, if Mikey won, if Kovalev won, hey, nice credit, you beat a giant. But personally, I'm only answering what Dan asked me, and I'm telling you, I don't want to see any of these small guys do these dumbass jumps. I don't care to see it. I prefer to see them in that weight class. But if you do beat a giant, credit to you. But chances are you're gonna get your ass kicked today. That's just how it works.
But you just said unsolicited, because no one asked you to bring up Kovalev or even a light heavyweight for that matter, moving up to heavyweight. You just brought that up of your own volition, bro.
No,
You said
Dan
it.
brought
You
it
said
up.
if
Dan asked the
Kovalev.
question.
You said if Kovalev goes up there and clarified for me if I'm quoting you wrong because I'm paraphrasing. I admit. You know what I mean? I only heard you once. You said if
Oh, hold
Kovalev
up,
fights
Mr. Doc.
Fury.
Mr. Doc, hold up,
He
hold up,
said
hold
if
up, hold up.
Kovalev fights Fury, he's got no problem. Did he not?
No, I said if he beats, I was giving him he was trying to accuse me of being
Okay.
fanboy.
So if Kovalev
Oh, no,
beats
no.
Fury,
See,
And
so
I
fine.
just
didn't.
said to even take the
First of
fan
all,
narrative.
well, first of all, I didn't mention Kovalev. I mentioned Stevenson.
I
If
did.
Stevenson moved
I
up to
did.
heavyweight, wait, hold up. If Stevenson moved up to heavyweight, challenge Fury for that lineal title, you have no problem with that, right?
It wouldn't be a challenge for lineal. I have just told you
No, come
nobody
on,
can
answer the
take the
question.
lineage from Tyson
Answer the
Fury.
question, dude.
Lineage.
You,
I just answered
No,
it.
let's
Lineage
take it
could
at
not
face value
Dan.
and focus on the guy
Dan.
on the weight movement because that's what fascinates me.
Lineage could not be fought for with Tyson Fury in the ring. I don't care who
bro.
fights him.
Answer the question. If Adonis Stevenson moved up to
Adonis
fight Tyson
Stevenson,
Fury for the lineal title,
listen, Dan. Adonis
answered.
Stevenson versus Tyson Fury is not a heavyweight lineal title fight. I don't know how many
But that's fine. That's fine. But please explain how you're going to hypothetically, by your own admission, and I apologize if I took you out of context the first time, but you're saying you would have given Kovalev credit for beating Fury.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. You just explained it to me.
The reason I mentioned Kovalev.
You said if Kovalev did you or did you not say if Kovalev beat Fury,
I would give any light heavyweight to go up and beat a 6'8" dude.
So you gotta give Mikey credit if he beats Errol Spence.
I would. If he beats Errol Spence, I will. But if he gets his ass beat,
then I'm good. I'm good. Now you just clarified it. I'm good. We're good.
But the reason I mentioned Kovalev was to take the fan aspect out of it, just to say I don't give a damn who it is. You know, they're not fighting for lineage. He's no lineal champion, not of mine. Ever.
He is a lineal champion.
Yeah, he's a vacant. He better. I bet you if he wins it again,
consistent, I got no big thing with that. I was more fascinated by the weight move, but like you clarified, so like I said, we're good. We're good as long as we're consistent, and you give as long as we're consistent, and you give a guy that moves up and wins credit, regardless, then we're good.
Yeah, if they win, great, but they don't win these days. They don't win. They get Rigo.
Go ahead, man.
And Brooks.
Yeah.
No, do you rate Wilder anywhere near as high as Adonis? Because I think Wilder and Adonis at this stage of Adonis' career, I don't think there's much difference.
Well, Wilder got a lot more to go, and maybe he can reach it. Good luck to him, but I don't think he's at that level at all. I don't think he's beat the level of opponent. But nor has he dominated the level of opponent. But hey, it's his career. Go for it, man.
Ortiz was better than majority of.
And he was damn near stopped on the ropes, bro. He basically could have been stopped on the ropes.
Wait, Steve was knocked out by Darnell Boo. What are you talking about?
That's fine. That is absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Now become a 5-year lineal champ, and you'll be okay. It's okay to reach to be a 5-year lineal champ. It's a-okay. It's a-okay.
He got stripped.
Yeah, of a ring title, not of a lineal title. That is not a lineal title.
But he doesn't deserve the lineage. He was fighting.
He fights once a year versus top 10 guys. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I got to point out, deserves doesn't come into it. Deserves plays no part in who's a lineal champ or often a champion for that matter. Deserves plays no part. This is boxing, and more than any other sport.
All I can say,
deserves has no place here in my book.
Two things.
I could argue I'd rate Kovalev ahead of Stevenson.
Two things. Kovalev. Two things. Number one, I don't want to talk Adonis Stevenson. Number two, Kovalev had the opportunity to fight for his mandatory as the lineal contender, and he refused it.
Let's get off that because we're going off to. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Fury and Wilder, man. Like I said, Lo, you can't take away if Wilder does beat him. You can't take away that lineal credit away from him.
Wait, can I ask a good question?
Call him what you want to call him, but I know he ain't beating a damn fighter that's proven nothing in 3 years, and that's just not a good thing.
In fairness to Low Place, he's only obligated to give Deontay the same amount of credit he gives this guy Errol for beating up on Mike.
Nah, I don't know if that's the same, because they at least ain't the same weight. I mean, they the same weight. I'm not giving Errol any credit. I'm efficient in what I say. If you these move up and weight fights, they kiss my ass. They just money grabs, and I'm not.
Hang on. Now, you mentioned something. I do gotta point out that, and correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm not a historian, but my understanding is, even historically, contrary to the impression you might be getting, was more often than not, the guys getting moving up back then got the shit beat out of them too. Jose Napoles, ring a bell?
The 175-pound from Texas going to heavyweight. Yeah, I trust me. I know.
Bob Foster. There you go. Bob Foster, only guy to cut my dude, by the way. Only guy to did it in Lake Tahoe. But I digress.
Yeah, but like I said, man, this is like, Mr. Doc, very good points. I mean, Lo, you make some pretty good points too, even though I disagree with some of them. I mean, look, fighters move up a weight to fight other fighters all the time. It's nothing new. The only thing I get upset about is that people are trying to discredit that. I don't like that at all. Now, as far as Wilder Fury is concerned, it's a damn good heavyweight fight, one way or the other. It's going to be a damn good heavyweight fight. I definitely want to see it. If it's a pay-per-view fight, I'm buying it. It's on pay-per-view fight. Yeah, come on, man. You can't hit on that. It's a damn good fight. I'm buying it.
Let me ask Floyd Mayweather. Let's do Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fights at 147 pounds. Let's say he blows up, and not only did this, and he has his historic. He's 30. What's Fury? Fury's 27 years old. How old is Fury right now?
20. I think he's 30.
29 and 30.
Yeah.
Okay, Floyd is 29 and 30, and he has just beaten Oscar De La Hoya in the fashion that he beat him. He beat him, went up in weight and beat him. Now Floyd takes a 2-year break in which he does cocaine and just goes nuts, whatever you want to call it. And then he comes back and he fights the level Fury's fighting. And then the next fight is supposed to be Manny Pacquiao. How am I supposed to be big on it? How? I don't believe you can be big on that, bro. Come on, that just no.
Well, let me just say this. I'll use the same argument, same standards as I'm doing with Fury, like I did with Floyd. Now, I'm not a big Floyd Mayweather fan, you know that. But if he's doing all kind of substance, sniffing coke, he's building his body the way he's doing, like Fury did, and he comes back, I would say, you know what, Floyd, you need some tune-ups, because I don't think you're going to be in the shape you were. Especially you've been out that ring for a long time. You've blown up in weight. You've abused your body with drugs. So I will use the same standards. If you got a couple tune-up fights in, even though I think you need 3, if you feel you're ready after the second fight, why not? If you feel you're in fighting shape, and I see you're in fighting shape, go for it.
And remember, he's not a puncher. He's not a guy that ends like Doc said. He's not a puncher that can look at you and you getting him, and it's over. He's a guy that needs his every piece of skill, his every piece of movement, mobility, every piece of his parry or his shoulder turn or his head move. He needs every piece of that. You can't repair that shit just by saying I lost weight. I just don't believe it. We talking about a skilled fighter here.
The fact is, I understand that. Yeah, I know there's 2 different fighters, 2 different skill sets. I get it. But the fact is that cocaine or not, Tyson Fury is still the lineal champion. He didn't lose his belts in the ring. He lost him while he was out the ring, so he deserves his right to be still lineal champion. If you
want to call Wilder the lineal champion, have at it. But don't tell me he beat a good fighter that night after the fight.
He beat Klitschko, man. What are you talking about? He beat the man who was undefeated for 10 years.
Okay.
Come on, man. Fury had no shot of beating him. He had no shot of beating him. He had no advantages going into that fight. He had everything going against him. He went in his backyard in Germany.
Okay. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, but 3 years from there, that doesn't mean Jeff Horn is a good
Jeff Horn was in Australia, bro. What are you talking about? Why are you comparing the two?
I'm just saying, it's 2 dominant fighters.
Dude, you can't compare Jeff Horn to Tyson Fury. That's not a good comparison. I'm sorry, bro.
It's fine.
No, it's
not.
Fine. No,
both of them beat a guy they wasn't supposed to.
Let me ask you something. Jeff Horn had to fight in his backyard, yes or no?
Okay, that's a difference. A backyard. It's a fight. Now, at the end of the day, you got to show up and fight.
And he had the advantages. Going into that fight. Okay, what about
he's
Fury?
Still no pussy. He came in Terrence Crawford backyard. He's no pussy. It's just like this. If somebody beats Terrence Crawford this year, and 3 years from now they have fucked it all away, don't make them a good win. It just doesn't. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You can't fuck it all away and sit up here and still be the same person. You can't do it, man.
All right, fair enough. Same person or not, Coconut. Once again, that lineal championship still belongs to Tyson Fury. It's a lineage on him. You can't strip. You can't nix that, bro. As Hop says, that's the way it is. If Fury beats him, if Wilder beats him, he deserves that credit. Hell, if Joshua fought and beat him, he deserves that credit. So does Bellew if he fought and beat Fury. They all deserve that credit. You can't just nix it, bro. That's the way it is. And that's why you won't refuse to answer this question about Stevenson. If Stevenson went up to heavyweight and did it, you would quit.
Right. I didn't refuse the answer.
Exactly. We know right.
You're right. You said I didn't refuse. I sure did answer, and I told you Stevenson wouldn't be no bit of my heavyweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight lineal champion. He has no way to be it.
Wait, hold up. If he went up to heavyweight and beat Fury for that lineal title, you'd be saying a different too, bro.
I can't answer it no way than I've already answered every time. Nobody who beats him is the lineal champion. He is not a lineal champion.
All he said is you'd have to give him due credit.
Yeah, for beating a big ass dude, but everybody else at heavyweight really ain't beating a big ass dude. I mean, you just have to say, yo, these guys are like 6 foot whooping this dude's ass, and really not. Other than that, it ain't nothing. It's just a spectacle of the eyesight. Deontay Wilder doesn't present that. They the same size, and if he knocks him out, I'm just gonna think to myself, thank God you got rid of Tyson Fury. Now we don't have to talk about if he gonna go back to Coke or not. I would thank Wilder actually.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask him another question. Hold up. So let's say if Wilder does beat Fury, right, and he becomes a lineal champion and the WBC champion, and perhaps the ring title will be on the line for that fight as well. More than likely, it could be. Let's say hypothetically pick up the lineal championship and the ring belt up, right, and he has the WBC title, retains that, right, and Joshua is still the unified champion. Who will be the #1 heavyweight in your book?
Joshua is easily the #1 heavyweight still for me.
All right, I gotta catch you on this. I gotta stop you on that one. So let me get this straight. Wait. Okay, wait, hold up. So if Wilder is a lineal champion, right, and Joshua holds the 3 belts, and Joshua
he's not the lineal champion.
Wait, let me finish. So in that case, why was Andre Ward rated below Adonis Stevenson then when he had 3 belts?
Because he didn't fight the lineal champion. Neither one of them is the lineal champion. Dan, I can tell you now. This is real. Let's keep it real right here. You go to TBRB, Tyson Fury is not rated as the lineal champion. You go to Wikipedia, Wikipedia, out of about 5 different places. If you go to ESPN, he's not rated in the top 10. You go to Boxing Scene, he's not rated as the division champion. Adonis Stevenson is in all of these places because he didn't shit away his lineage. I don't like the comparison because I don't want to talk Adonis Stevenson. This is a totally different ballpark. Fury is in the ballpark of bricks. They call his ballpark the bricklayer. He snorts every brick that comes through that motherfucker. He fucked his own self up. I can't.
Tyson Fury still holds a lineal championship by most observers. He's still recognized. No. By
most media sites that even rates this, he's not on their list. He's only the Wikipedia lineal champion. If Wilder becomes the Wikipedia lineal champion, then hey, that's good. If he becomes the Wikipedia lineal champion, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna diss Wilder like that, man. Yo, you the Wikipedia lineal champion. That's just
he's a lineal champion. Wikipedia, TRB, or ring or not. Tyson Fury is still the lineal champion. He's still the man. Either way, bro. You can't dismiss that. But like I said, I like the reason why I asked that question because that's a double standard again. You give Joshua as the #1 heavyweight, even though he's got 3 belts, and Wilder perhaps that lineal belt. But yet, when Stevenson has a lineal belt,
if there was a defending lineal
belts, let me
clarify. If there was an active and defending lineal champion at heavyweight, and Joshua had 3 whatever belts he had, I would not rate him above that guy. He needs to go fight for that lineage.
Okay. Whoa.
One second, Doc. One second. But because Fury vacated lineage, now it needs to be
vacated. He vacated his ring belt. He
vacated boxing, but didn't Adonis get stripped?
Of a ring title.
Ring title. You cannot strip lineage, bro. that never gets stripped unless you.
No, that low place. No, I want to hear Low Place's thoughts on that. How do you get stripped of lineage in your book, Low Place?
If he's still defending it, I don't think a ring title has anything to do with it. You're still defending it.
No,
It's everybody.
I understand the difference. I'm not asking you about a ring title. I'm asking you in your book. When do you decide? Okay, you're no longer the lineal.
Hey, I'll make a correction here. Boxing scene as of I don't know the date. They have Tyson Fury rated as lineal champion, and they said last defense. You are vacant. No, they say based on announcement. No. He's actually not rated. They said he vacated 10/18/2016 based on retirement of Tyson Fury. So yeah, he's only the what's the name lineal champ. Like,
okay, it sounds like they're going by the definition of he didn't defend it within 365 days.
No, I like what boxing scene is doing. They rate.
No, I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. So, and then that'd be fair if someone wants to say, "Hey, you got to defend it within a calendar year." I can't.
No, they showing 3 different versions. I like what they doing. They rated the lineal title by the people, the TBR title, which they keep up with. If you don't fight, they'll strip you of it, and the ring title as well. So Fury's only rated on one as lineal because that Wikipedia thing, and then that TBR and ring they vacated on the same dates basically. So I mean it just comes down to he's not fighting the lineal titleist. Nobody will be. I mean, come on, who is he fighting next? If that guy beat him, am I supposed to call him lineal champion? If Safari whatever would have beat him the last fight, he would have been my lineal champion. Come on, man. Like, what the hell, bro?
Well, he would have, but anyways, look, man, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been fun, man. Low, it's always cool, bro. It's always a pleasure, but come on, man. You got to be a little consistent. All right. Hey, Mr. Doc, Hamed, Hamed just dropped off for a second ago. It was a pleasure having you guys on as always. Shout out to the chat. Other than that, I'll be back, and I promise you guys I'll be doing these hangouts a lot earlier rather than late because I have a long work schedule. So anyways, y'all, I'm out. We're out. Peace.
Peace.